Well, this is Baby Shama, you're locked into Kazi B on the promo show. Can you hear me? This a survival story. This a Kazi B story. Rock.
Yo, Wagwan, this is Moto from St. Lucia, bigging up the promo show with Kazi B. You don't know. Lock in. Moto there.
It's a 2025 Demrock Music and Entertainment Awards. Let's go.
Even if you're away.
Firstly, press up, charge up, rise up.
Let him go. I'm from a kingdom where we live by the laws of God, not the words of people.
They all left undone. It was my fault.
Oh, I think it's a wonderful experience. I think they should have it every single year. All the Guyanese artists. And I think they should show more, Guyanese people should show more support.
I feel amazing. I feel so grateful to be a part of it. So it's great to see the cultures building together and actually building a bridge closer together.
Don't know why I tried to find love in the
All right, everyone. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the promo show with Kazi B. We are moving swiftly along this season. We are already in season 5 and episode 5. So today, like all others, I have a VIP guest, a very special VIP guest. And she is here to talk to us about something that is very much needed within all communities, and that is mental health and how to, get out there and move and keep yourself fit and all of the wonderful things that I embody. And I can't wait to hear more about this event that she has coming up and just about her in general and all the things that her and her organization have been working on over the past, I believe it's been a year since the JAG Jam across Georgia have been operating, but she will correct me if I'm wrong. But it's all exciting news, all good stuff. So can't wait to hear more. But today, before we start and do anything, today is election day, folks. Election day across the US. Many states are having various elections at various levels. Here in Georgia, I know we have 3 of our community members who are up for re-election. Most notably, New York, you have the mayor election, and that is definitely heating up. We have a Democrat, Mondani, who is ahead in the polls. So tonight is going to be interesting. So make sure, if you have not voted as yet, please get out and vote. I believe here in Georgia, the polling stations are closing at 7 p.m. is the official time. I know in Fulton County, they petitioned to have it closed at 8 p.m. tonight, so you have an extra hour. But don't hold me to that. Please make sure you get there by 7 so that you can vote and vote for whomever. If you don't have to reveal who you vote for, but if you vote or not is public news. So please get out and exercise your right to vote. Okay, so starting with our Caribbean folks who are on the ballot. So we have Austin Thompson. Austin Thompson for Lawrenceville City Council Post 3. He is on the ballot there in Gwinnett County. So make sure you get out and you vote for our friend Austin Thompson. Next up, we have Marlene Taylor Crawford. She is also up for re-election at Lawrenceville City Council Post 4. So she is going up for Post 4. And then we have for Snellville City Council Post 5, Catherine Hardrick. So those are the 3 that we endorse. Please, please, please get out and vote. And all of the counties. Fulton County, I voted early. I like to go early because, no, there's no crowds, there's no line, none of that. Today, though, November the 4th is election day. So make sure you get out and vote. So to my sponsors, I do need to big up my sponsors before we move ahead, and I introduce my wonderful VIP guests. All of my guests for this season, they're all VIP, so they all fit into that category. Her name is Patrice Peters, so I will introduce you to her a little later on. But first, let me thank my sponsors. So to Young Dreamers International. Young Dreamers International, they are a 503c charity empowering young men, young Black and brown men through leadership and service. Contact Samantha Samuel, CEO and founder of Young Dreamers International, and her number is 404-661-0404. More information can be found at youngdreamersint.org. Next up, we have Caribbean International Shipping. Again, Caribbean International Shipping, and I say this every single week, they are definitely community leaders. With the recent hurricane here in Jamaica, in the Caribbean region, it wasn't just Jamaica, it was Haiti and Cuba. Caribbean International Shipping stepped up, and you can drop donations off to Caribbean International Shipping. So please, 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 in terms of business, they've been in business for 30 plus years. Very, very nice people to do business with. They ship barrels, boxes, and household goods. With the holiday season coming up, if you want to get any barrels out to the Caribbean, now will be a really good time, especially with everything else going on. There's a lot of shipment happening in that region. Their number, 770-323-1111. Make sure you contact Caribbean International Shipping. Next up, we have My Green Card Express, Miss Jackie Brown. She is helping families stay together, helping you on your immigration journey and bringing families together. Jackie Brown can be reached at 678-933-2499. And of course, you saw the ad a little earlier, and that is Dem Rock Music Awards. That is happening in the beautiful country of Guyana, which is where my parents are from. It's the 4th annual Dem Rock Awards, Music and Entertainment Awards is live. It's happening at the National Cultural Center on November 14th. Please support as much as you can. Purchase your tickets at the box office at the National Cultural Center. It's going to also include a musical tribute to Eddie Nebelet, who is receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. So please support all of our sponsors and get out there and, just show them some love. Voting, 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 very important. So before I bring Miss Patrice Peters to the stage, I am going to bring to the stage another Patrice. Patrice again. I'm going to bring her to the stage, and then we are going to circle back with Miss Patrice Peters.
Yo, this is the girl Patricia. Big up to the promo show with Kazi.
Well, that didn't play as well as we wanted it to, but that's okay. That's what technology is all about. But anyway, so without further ado, I'm going to bring Miss Patrice Peters to the stage. And let me tell you, she is a firecracker, okay? Amongst many other things. And I am going to list off, and this is only what I can find. I'm going to list off what I think she does, but I want her to reintroduce herself to the Caribbean community, to the community at large, and let us know exactly who Miss Patrice Peters is. So, oh, there she is. Hello, Patrice Peters. How are you doing? I'm going to call you Patrice.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Patrice, the other one. Patrice again, but I'm Patrice, the other one.
The other one, the other Patrice.
Yep.
So, Patrice, I was doing a little bit of research. I mean, I know you, I've seen you around for years, and I've, been in your presence many times, both in a private setting as well as a public setting.
Yeah.
But from what I know, you've been a health professional for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
You are a certified fitness instructor, mental health advocate.
Yes.
I mean, these are all the things I'm wheeling off. Founder and CEO of JAG, which is Jam Across Georgia.
Yes.
You are a soca lover and a bacchanalist. And you hail from the beautiful island of, is it Antigua?
It is Antigua and Barbuda, yep.
Antigua and Barbuda, who just celebrated their independence, is that right?
November 1st, that is correct.
Exactly. So Antigua and Barbuda, big up to you.
Thank
So
you.
that is all I could find. I mean, I know you have other accolades like friend, wife,
Yes.
homemade, all the other things that you can call yourself.
Mother,
sister,
Yes.
and all the other wonderful things. So tell us a little bit more about Patrice and your love for wellness and fitness.
It started years ago. I'm going to say I always give the joke that my mother played volleyball the day before I was born, and so that might be, that may be responsible for my love of movement. But along the way, discovering, and I have been instructing for 31 years. I've been an instructor for 31 years. And, during the pandemic, things shifted a little bit, and I did get involved with a lot of other health organizations. I love health, just being strong and being the best that we can be, really. The people see me and they see me move and they think they need to follow suit. And I'm like, no, but you need to do what you are capable of doing, living your greatest potential. Don't compare yourself to anyone. And so working with some health organizations and made me get more invested in community health and just spreading the word with the importance of health.
Right.
And started off being on a board member of Georgia Ovarian Cancer Alliance, also the health and wellness chair for the Caribbean Association of Georgia. And then a year ago, decided to start my own nonprofit organization, realizing too that mental health and movement are closely related. Mental health and the choices that we make are closely related. And I don't think people are paying a lot of attention to that. We're having lots and lots of issues. And I understand that, some do need to be, they're medical, right? So you need to take medication. Speaking to a therapist is a good thing, but I also want to remind people to dig deep, especially women. And I say especially women because we are the driving force of creation, nurturers,
We sure are.
Yeah.
You touched on something which I absolutely love, and I could not agree more. When you talk about your choices, the choices you make, your mental health, you are responsible for your mental health. Okay. Right. Nobody can, tell you what to do, how to do it, when to do it. They can give you some guidance and they can help you along the way and they can have opinions. But at the end of the day, you have to be consciously aware of what you're doing, how you're doing it, when you're doing it, and when to stop.
Correct.
We all have episodes of mental health where, we need to just, and trust me, as a soca lover myself, I know I can put on some soca music.
Right.
I can dance around my house with no care in the world, play it as loud as I want to, and that releases me if I'm going through, if everything is just like getting to you. You know what I mean? That is one way in which I can do it. A lot of people turn to music as an example. Some of us also book some travel. We just go to the airport. That helps.
You're correct.
But yes, I love that you touched on that.
Yeah, you do change your mood, even what you eat. People, and not trying to knock anybody for their vices. I am a person, I do love sugar, but sugar is a very, very dangerous one because it acts a whole lot on the brain. It chemically changes and actually disrupts.
Yeah.
So even what we're eating, the types of food, whether it's high fat, high sugar, high salt, high everything, it affects us, and we don't think about that. We just go get some medication and think I have high blood pressure, cholesterol, and my A1C is high. Guess what?
Mhm.
It has already also changed your brain and
Yeah.
the friends you associate with, the companions. It's like relationships, whether it is personal relationships, work relationships, all that affect the brain. It's like
Yeah.
control things that you can control.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Definitely what you do as well. Like I always say, when I first started my career in the travel industry, it was something that I love. I have this like deep love for travel, just talking about it, looking at places, just, even if it's stressful, because it involves travel, I'm okay because it's travel. And when I switched careers and I did something in the recruiting space, in staffing, oh my God, how depressing was that? No way. No way. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
And, I've done a full circle and now I'm back in travel again. And, and even though it's work and you dedicate a lot of your time to work, 40 plus hours, in some of our cases, who were in corporate, that is a lot of time to dedicate to a job that you don't like.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? So you have to like what you do.
Right. And that is why I said, and not everybody is, a privilege enough to, hey, do a 360 get back, or 180, or, whichever direction you want to call it. But it is, make a plan. You may not be able to move right away, but make a plan. It may be a 3-year, a 5-year, like where do you want to be? Because at the end of the day, and I believe in the body, but the mind is so very powerful that it dictates so much for the body as well. They really go hand in hand, but the mind is powerful and it is very much neglected with what we're able to do. So you don't like your job, work on changing it. That's what I say. Mindset is a whole lot. While you're doing it, just try to find the best, make it the best that you can while you're doing it. Some stress is good. It's not a whole lot of stress that you do want, but some stress is good. It helps to build backbone. So it is really balancing, really, really balancing.
It is getting the balance. Yeah. And, we're living in a very much a changing world. Okay. Every day when you wake up, something is happening. Something is happening in the world that is going to affect us and affect us in the future, whether it's climate change. Climate change is so real. So many things are happening around that, whether it's technology, I mean, AI, chat GPT, I mean, there's just so much change. If there's something that you want to do or put your mind to or so forth, there's courses for everything. Go learn a new course, go and, just go sign up for something, take it on, see whether you like it or not. If it's an industry you want to get into, again, there's ways, there's people you can talk to. I feel that YouTube has something for everybody. I'm always like checking on YouTube first, before I move forward into something else. But there's ways around. And like you said, your relationships are important. The people that you confide in, your surroundings, all of that plays a part.
It does.
And if all fails, there's music and there's food. Because
right, we have the food and then the music because it's good to move out.
That's right.
Yeah. But we're living in an age where having access to information and resources is wonderful. Is to take advantage of it. A lot, as you said, is happening. But we are resilient people as well. It's just going to really teach us, right, to dig deep and go back to being creative and using our brains and stop relying on external forces, right, to do everything for us and especially to make us happy and to have mental space. A lot of people depend on, okay, well, they're doing this to me, he did this to me, she did this, and what are you doing for you? That's the question.
Right.
Yeah,
shut out the noise.
Yep.
I think I posted something the other day about noise. You have to shut the noise out. Sometimes you don't have to be everywhere and be everything to everyone. Sometimes you can just take a step back. You know, take a step back from the norm, you know, the same old, same old. Take a step back from that and just see how you fare. You know, the holidays are coming up. It's a really, really hard time for a lot of people. You know, it brings joy for some of us. It brings sorrow for some of us. It, you know, the memories and some of the losses that have happened over the holiday period is especially hard for people. You know, they don't want to decorate. They don't want to go and be sociable. But, you know, it's a very, very hard time. So this is really a time for getting your head, you know, in the right space.
Yes.
With that said, I know that Jam Across Georgia. So it's been going now for what, a year, you said?
A year.
Wow.
The very first event was, I believe, November 4th last year.
Oh my God, exactly a year today.
Right. That was our first event. Yeah, somewhere along that. The first week of November was our first health fair. We have since then let everybody know, you know, it is an organization dedicated to promoting mental wellness for women and girls. Again, love the men, support them as well, but because of the role that women play in the community, I just think that we can get more moving and be able to share our beliefs much faster with women, because women, we interact with everybody, right? And so our events are like nutrition workshops, fitness classes, hikes. We have had two health fairs because we had one last year. So since the start, since the inception, we have a partnership with the CAB Public Health Department. So we are an official partner of DKPH. And we also partner with Partnership Against Domestic Violence, where we go in every quarter and do activities, whether fitness related, vision boards. And, you know, again, it's just trying to pour into women, and in the domestic violence shelters, they really cannot come out and interact with us as much. So they have to go in to show them support and love and encourage as well.
I love it. And I love it that it's an organization for women primarily, but you do have a couple of guys on board, which is nice. I see that your board member, you have a board member who, and the name slipped my mind. What's the name?
My board chair, Michael, you know, the board chair is a guy, and he has daughters, and, you know, he is the importance, and he also comes from a health background. So for him, the priority is just the health and well-being of women, and he respects that. So how cool is that?
Yeah, it just made sense. And of course, with your poster boy behind you, Mr. Ezzy.
Oh my goodness.
How can you Ezzy Spotlight?
That is
DJ yes, international DJ Ezzy Spotlight.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yes, when I speak about men who support, you know, women or support mental health, I co-host the mental health series with Ezzy on Ezzy Spotlight, and that's every fourth Thursday of the month. And when I met Ezzy, probably 5-6 years ago, with the 5K, another one of the hats that I wear. But he had been doing this mental health series, you know, in person. It's virtual now because due to the pandemic, and we went virtual. But when he had his brick and mortar radio show location, he had been doing it. And for the life of me, I'm like, wow, you have this guy invested in a topic that most don't want to touch. All right, mental health, like, how is that? And I happened to listen to the show one day, and he had his co-host at that time was Miss Sameka, and she is just a wealth of information. She also has such a soothing and healing personality. You know how I'm high energy and high strung and everything. I'm sitting here nice and professional and so on until you turn the music on, right? But listening to her, the lady knows what she's talking about, and she knows the best way for people to unwind and to improve on themselves. The quality of the show, I was just like, wow. We also have another co-host who I've been in communication with. She lives in Jamaica, And I think our last show was it's so funny because the last show she was saying that there was a lot of wind and rain. It wasn't yet, with the hurricane, but
Yeah.
everybody was gearing up the days before that.
Wow.
Thankfully she's okay. And so the mental health series has been running and running virtually for quite a while.
And it's a very good series. I definitely support that 100%.
Thank you.
And also with JAG, we're coming back to Jam Across Georgia.
Yes.
You have been going for a year. You've had many different events, like you said. I haven't been able to go to any of them because of whatever reason. I used to work weekends, like every single weekend. Right? So I used to see things and be like, oh, can't go to this one, can't go to that one. But let me tell you, folks, you need to come and join me because behind Patrice right now, you will see that she is doing a special event. And this is on, let me see if I can bring the file. In fact, before I even talk about the event or you talk about the event, I want to bring this little video because I want these leggings, first of all. But let me bring the video to the screen.
Oh, my.
No get the time for the hate and the bad energy. Got my mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, no more hear what they want telling me. Could deny my fantasy. They want to check if my tapping no wrong. But it rush.
Uh-oh. A whole bunch of stick in there, so we're not going to keep playing that. But yes, but you see, this is what I'm talking about with Patrice. Yes, she is petite Patrice, but she is a firecracker, like I always said. I've been in her classes, and this little voice you're hearing,
Right.
and yeah, speak up a little bit louder too, Patrice. But no, this little voice, trust and believe me, Patrice knows what she's talking about. She inspires you. You are going to come out of any of her classes feeling like, oh my God, I can do this. And I want to do this over and over again. I didn't because she scared me. But I've always said I will be going back. And I'm very happy to be, participating in your next event.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm excited about it. I can make.
You are registered. Oh, your microphone.
I'm back. I'm back. Yeah.
All
You
right.
hear me now?
Yeah, I was going to keep the show going for you. I just said.
Sometimes it happens. Hey, this is live.
It is
But
rare.
I'm going to be participating in the next event, and I'm really excited about it. So you want to tell us a little bit about the event?
Yeah, so it's going to be on November 22nd, as I like to say, 11/22/25 at Tada's Fitness. And it is a fundraiser to support the mental health series, which, we are all volunteering. And I'm speaking about technical difficulties. We know the challenges there. So behind the scenes is a whole lot of tech work that happens with our show as well. So just to support that and to keep it running and to spread it, because it is a great show. We just want to bring awareness that people can come and listen in on the different topics that we have. So on that Saturday, I will be dancing, and it will be about 50 minutes nonstop. It is low impact. Everybody can do it, but it is a full body workout. Very happy that I'll have some instructors, some of Atlanta's well-known instructors, and they have as much passion as I do. And my warm-up person starting with Coach Amulene, and she's also an instructor there at Tada's Fitness. She will be doing the warm up and probably staying with me on stage, and some other instructors will be joining me as well, just to bring a whole lot of energy and heat, and it will be wonderful. Let's just say it's going to be a real nice workout. Happy with the mix, and my DJ and my partner right there, Ezzy, he will be on his soundboard.
So Ezzy's going to be live. The DJ's going to be live.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, this is going to be exciting. I can't wait, folks. Okay, I cannot wait. 6 till 7:30.
Yep, what I like about my videos is like I'm not giving a lot away in the video, so it's like, I'm still keeping some of the movements and the activities to myself. So until you get there, then you'll see. We'll also have vendors, and we do have more vendor spots. If people want to reach out to be vendors, we have spots available, and sponsorships also. We are seeking sponsorship. There are different sponsorship levels, so I can share that information as well. But
Yes, please do. So where can they get more information about sponsorships as well as vendor, and what do they need to do?
basically Jam Across Georgia. Once you go onto jamacrossgeorgia.org and go to the events section, this one will pop up and has all the information for registrants, for vendors, and sponsorships. That information is there. So the website Jam Across Georgia, our Facebook and Instagram is at Jam Across Georgia.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, wonderful. So guys, go ahead and get your ticket. Tickets are, what is it, $20? $20 for tickets, 11, 22, 25 from 6 till 7:30. Well, yeah, I mean, with 6 to 7:30, which is in Caribbean times is 8 o'clock, right? So
we'll see if anybody has to call security, right?
Well, that's a long time. So I'm sure you've got something else up your sleeve. I can't imagine low impact being, an hour and a half, but I know it's going to be a lot of fun.
It will be fun. And, we start with a warm up, take a quick break, and then my session, take a quick break, and then we do the rest of it. So you do have some breaks in between just to get some water, use the restroom. So it is definitely not nonstop between 6 to 7:30, but it will be a lot of fun. And reminding everybody to bring their flags. Please bring your flag, Cassie.
Nice. Well, I mean, you heard it here first. Bring your flag. So you said you touched on water. What else do they need to bring to the event, or how should they dress?
Oh, definitely comfortable workout attire. So anything that is movable, breathable, and your sneakers. Bring a towel, possibly, and your water, and you will be good to go.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Well, I'm happy to help support and sponsor. You can give away, a spot on the show, on the promo show, to any of your vendors or whoever. So you can add that to your raffle if you like. On the spot sponsorship. There you go. That's how we do it. On the spot support.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. No, this is great. So Jam Across Georgia, folks. This is Moving Mentally with Soca. Just Soca. And you can be a soca lover. You can be someone who is just listening to soca for the first time. It doesn't matter. There's going to be something for everyone. Is that right?
That is correct. That is correct. I'm gonna hit one of them goodie oldie songs as well. Excited about that. So we'll be all right.
There's something for everybody. I love it. Okay, so this is Jam Across Georgia.
Music mix is amazing. And it goes through so many different songs. It's gonna be really good, really good. The moves as well. It's gonna be a good workout. So,
well, this is good. This is something that we kind of need. We're coming up to Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So we're probably going to need another one of these after Thanksgiving, or at least the first quarter of next year. So I'm sure there'll be plenty more, right? Plenty more, because a lot of people always get into fitness after the holiday.
Yes. You're reading my mind. Definitely reading my mind. So we'll start with this one and then plan to do one in the beginning of next year as well.
Yeah, we should be excellent. So what else does Jam Across Georgia have up their sleeve? Because from what I've read in the on the website, and let me just get to my numbers, because I just wanted to pick up on a couple of things that I saw on there, which was some really good, insightful information. So the assignment is to create more mentally sound society, which is what you touched on earlier on. And then I love the fact that you've got your reasons here. 33.9% of adults in Georgia reported symptoms of anxiety and depressive disorder. That's a pretty big chunk. 33.9.
It is. And majority being women. I guess the roles that we play, and as I said, just not, sometimes we kind of forget who we are, because you need to understand that if society dictates who you should be, you're kind of losing your way. And if
Yeah.
you're not who you are or meant to be, you're not, walking in your purpose, the one that you want for yourself, that there's a conflict. And
Yeah.
so that number is,
You're right.
it's a conflict. Yeah.
There's a conflict and you're constantly fighting with yourself. No wonder there's so many of us who suffer from anxiety. I included. I've had many, situations where I'm just like, anxiety is hitting you so hard and you've got to pivot.
Yes.
And if you don't pivot in time, you could really start to lose yourself and lose who you are.
Right. And I just,
so then we have 46 million US adults aged 18 years or older will be diagnosed with a depressive disorder by 2050.
Yes. So we're talking about bipolar, depression, anxiety. There is a list of them. And we're all on the spectrum. Don't get me wrong. I tell people, don't get it twisted. We all have our issues. It's just some more than others. Some have more episodes than others as well. Like I mentioned before, some stress is good because it helps to build some character and helps to build some backbone. However, if you're constantly, like every day and extended periods of time, thinking about and battling a situation, thought, that's when it's a problem.
Yeah.
We all experience it at different times in life.
Yeah. And you have to find what works for you, because it's not a one size fits all. It's not it's not something you take off the shelf and here you go, you can take a pill and everything's gone.
Right.
You have to do what works for you. I know some people, like I said, go on a vacation.
Right.
That works for them.
Right. Now remember, even gardening, gardening, walking.
Gardening, walking.
Arts and craft. There are lots of ways then that we can change our mood, change our mindset. But Cassie, one of the biggest things is being grateful.
Yeah.
Gratitude. When you really think about gratitude, it changes your outlook on a whole lot.
Oh my gosh. Who are you telling? I mean, the government has been shut down. I think we're on day, 35?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I meant to.
Is it 35? They're saying that this is the longest in history.
Yeah, we were at 30, I think 34, 35 a few years ago, and we are right back there, and chances are we're going to surpass that. Yes.
Right. So when you talk about being grateful, I went to the grocery store yesterday. It came up to $180.
Yeah.
A lot of junk, because my son is home today and he hates the school lunches. Like he's never been one for school lunches.
Yeah.
So he wants to take his own stuff to school. So I said, okay, let's go shopping. I gave him my days. I said, you pick up whatever you want.
Yeah.
He came back with, buy one, get one free bagels, hot dog rolls, yada, yada, a whole bunch of crap.
Yeah.
I probably think maybe about $50 worth was like fruit and so on. But everything else was like all this stuff for food. But I was able to pay for it.
Right.
A lot of people can't even do that right now because, they can't afford it.
That is
and some of them are working, they're not getting paid. I really feel for the federal workers. And then you have others who are either disabled or who are on benefits. It's not fair.
Yeah.
I'm sure if they wanted to work, they would, but this is what their life entails. And now everything is gone and then we have $250 million East Wing being, a ballroom created, and then we have a big, fancy Halloween party happening and so forth. It's just so unfair. I mean, that alone could drive someone crazy.
That is correct. And, we spoke about this on our last episode with what's, where everybody is going to be, what's happening. We touched on this. And, some of our solutions are make sure you check out the food pantries anywhere that there's food distribution. Families also get together to buy, bulk buy. And then really being, now is the time, if you weren't watching a budget or considering a budget before, now is the time to do so. Because again, we are resilient. It is unfair. And I also, put out, how can I help people? It's like, if you need something, hit me up. That's how I see it. Because I am grateful that I am not as badly off as a lot of other people are. Therefore, I see it as my responsibility to help.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Spread the word, spread the love, spread the support.
Yes,
Do
yes.
what you can.
Yeah. Then we had the
And
hurricane that hit, and
then
so
there's a hurricane, right?
and I did get a message like after the hurricane, a friend of mine who in Guyana, as a matter of fact, the mom had an electrical fire and lost everything.
Oh man.
After the hurricane, and I was a very dear friend, so we're trying to also support that individual. And
Yeah.
it is a lot. It's a lot. As a matter of fact, this evening I'll be going over to have a meeting to possibly do just collect some donations, but more for young girls and young women. You know, there's certain things that they need. Can you imagine needing that and not having access to some things, right? Some personal
Mhm.
items. Do want to make a collection for that, so I'll be heading into a meeting later tonight to discuss that possibility.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. I mean, you know, in the Caribbean community, of course, like I said, Jamaica got hit head on
Yeah.
with Hurricane Melissa. But just be careful. You know, for me, when I like to support with, you know, hands on the ground, boots on the ground, and knowing that what I'm doing in my efforts is going somewhere and getting the job done. So be careful with the supports and the drives. The government does have an update on their page. So make sure you're, you know, doing the right thing for the right organization.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't just Jamaica. So guys, don't forget Haiti.
So Haiti and Cuba, and
Don't forget Cuba.
Yep.
Okay, they also need support as
And
much
on
as we
Haiti,
can.
I will be sharing an event actually for a Haiti event with one of my girlfriends, Chantal. She's hosting on matter of fact, it's the same day as my event. So hers is in the morning, and then so I'm going to her, she's coming to mine. You know, we're supporting each other.
Nice.
And so I will be sharing that on my page as well. So just look up Patrice Peters Facebook or Instagram, and you'll see the details for that too.
Okay, wonderful. Well, this was great. This was great. And, you know, of course, we'll be seeing Patrice again because she has another event, right? Next year.
Yes, a big one, right?
A big one. And, you know, we will have her back on the show so she can talk about that event. So look out maybe around January. I know she's probably already got all that she needs for this event, including the flyers and everything now. But look out for more information on that event, another fitness event, and that one is wild. That one's a good one.
That's a party, right? That's a real party. Yeah.
That's a whole festival, folks. So
it is actually, yes, it is a festival. So.
Yeah. So look out maybe around the January, February timeframe. We'll have more information about that on the show. And you know, with that said. So once again, let everyone know how we can find more information about the event coming up on November 22nd, please.
Yeah, you check out jamacrossgeorgia.org. That is the website, or follow us on Facebook and Instagram at jamacrossgeorgia. And, you know, if you wanted then to get some more details, as I said, with support, because with Jam Across Georgia, remember, we are supporting women and girls. And so this just also happens to be, it's women and girls in Jamaica and as well as in Haiti that we are working with. So my personal page, Patrice Peters, on social media, Facebook and Instagram, that will have other details for the other activities. But looking forward to having everybody come through on 11/22/25.
Yeah, I will be there. I'm gonna try and find those fancy leggings that you have with all the countries on them.
Oh, yes.
And also, you forgot to say, don't forget your flag.
Don't forget your flag. Don't forget your flag. You know, we're gonna represent.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna represent. It is a soca event. That's Caribbean soca music, right? So don't forget your flag. Just show us where you're from. Get somebody else
Exactly.
if you need to. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, well, that's great. Well, thank you so much for your time. We did it. We've been trying to plan this for the last 2 or 3 days, but we did it. We got there.
Yes,
Yeah, we got there in the end.
We made
All right,
it.
well, thank you. Thank you so much, Patrice. It was great talking to you and learning more about your organization. It is a wonderful organization. So congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank you.
First anniversary, many, many, many more years to come.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for what you do as well in the community. You know, I've been watching you and admiring your work as well and professionalism. So thank you for what you do as well.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. We have to receive our flowers while we're here.
That is
You know,
correct.
too many things are happening. So thank you very much. You know, and of course, the sentiments same to you too.
Thank you.
So thank you. Have a good rest of your evening. Sounds like you have a busy evening. So,
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
okay. Thanks. Bye-bye. All right, guys. So that is Patrice. And like I said, there's a lot going on in Jam Across Georgia. So more information can be found on jamacrossgeorgia.com. I'm just going to go ahead and remind you again about what is happening today. Today is election day. Get ready to vote. We've got 3 wonderful Caribbean descent, on the ballot today, starting with, of course, Austin Thompson for Lawrenceville City Council Post 3. We also have Marlene Taylor Crawford for Lawrenceville City Council Post 4. And of course, we also have Catherine Hardrick for Snellville City Council Post 5. So make sure you go ahead and vote. Don't let this moment pass without voting, for sure. So that is it. I'm going to wrap my show by talking about my vendors, of course, and letting you know who they all are. So here we go.